EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed. We're ready for football at Huntington Bank Field here in Cleveland. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. With my partner, Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. We are just about set to kick it off. And off we go from Huntington Bank Field. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Ravens will come out. They are led by the man who's won the MVP twice and was the runner-up a season ago. Hard to believe it is year 8 for Lamar Jackson as the Ravens quarterback.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
First and 10.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
On first and 10, Jackson throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Defense got lucky on that one. There's no one accounting for the running back out of the backfield as they should have, and fortunately for them, he bails him out by not securing the catch.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
Third and long. From the gun, Jackson. That's into the hands of Flowers. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. So the drive ends, and on comes Jordan Stout to kick it away. This will be returnable from his own 15. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They're led out by the lefty, 5'11" out of Oregon, Dylan Gabriel.
Now, these are the kind of guys, Mike, that I really love coming out of college. Now, I don't love the fact that he's bounced around playing for 3 different colleges, but he played a ton of ball at big-time colleges, and he was one of the best players in the entire country. So not the biggest guy, not the big arm the scouts love, but it's the intelligence, decision-making, and that experience. I think he's going to be able to lean on that and help him make this transition quickly to the NFL.
And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So, first and 10 now from the 30. He'll run. This is Jerome Ford. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on first down. A pickup of 7.
At the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 2. Play action, Gabriel And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
You know, this is something that we typically see out of maybe a more veteran quarterback, not necessarily a rookie, but just having a really nice sense of game management, throw the ball away, and live for the next down.
3rd and 2. Gabriel in trouble, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So on 4th down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland. Rajante Wester deep for Baltimore. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Ravens offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 12 more yards from him there, and another first down.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Browns' 46-yard line.
In motion comes Andrews. Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5.
Still second down.
They'll send Flowers in motion. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And he's going to be out of bounds down at the 30. Jackson to his big target, Andrews, for the Baltimore first down.
And it's a big play there for his first catch of the game. And not only does he get a nice chunk of yards, but now he puts his offense in plus territory as they try to see if they can end this drive with some points.
This is Henry. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drops for the loss of a yard.
We know from talking to these coaches this week, Mike, that they think they got themselves a steal. They got this young rookie maybe a little later in the draft than a lot of people expected. And I'll tell you what, they're not complaining. They think they've got themselves a starter and a star for a long time.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing Jackson. Now a screen set up for Henry. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
taken down.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
3rd and long for Jackson. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 29, and it's first and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
Big time pitch and catch there on 3rd down to extend this drive. Feels like they've got to come away with 6. You want to strike first. It'll go a long way in determining how the rest of this game plays out.
With the fullback trying to power it home. Trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3.
A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
The ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. In motion comes Andrews. Hill. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal for Jackson. To the goal line and in. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown, Ravens.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Tyler Loop now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Ravens will take a 7-0 lead. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Browns offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Ford. And let's give him about 4 on that one. Kyle Hamilton, the former Notre Dame star, able to make the play.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll run once more with Ford. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Off the bootleg, it's Gabriel. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
The entire idea of the bootleg is to move your quarterback off of his normal spot. Buy some extra time for your offensive line and alleviate some of the pressure on the protection. But in this case, it seemed to me like the quarterback panicked a little bit. He went into survival mode, and ended up leading to a massive loss.
Here's Corey Bojorquez now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. The shotgun, here's Jackson. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Rashad Bateman, the intended target, and it'll bring up second down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
He's going nowhere. Loses yardage on that play.
So it's just a simple read, but it's really well defended. They had both the give and the pull reads both accounted for, and the play ends up going nowhere.
Third and long. Now it's Jackson. He's got his tight end. That's Andrew. The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts 3rd and 14.
A gain of 19 yards. First down, Baltimore.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. Not a whole lot happening there, just a short pickup.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
And you can tell pretty quickly, Mike, that once the quarterback started chopping his feet, that there was nowhere for him to go. Great job by the defense, not only reading quarterback run, but getting him down behind the line.
Here's a 3rd and 10. They'll send Flowers in motion. On 3rd down, Jackson. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a 1st down.
This is the age-old dilemma that defensive coordinators go back and forth on. Is the best pass defense to send more big bodies at the quarterback and get the ball out of his hand? Or is it to really pack your back end, Mike, with more defensive backs and more guys that can guard space? In this case, they got a lot of defensive backs on the field. Quarterback has a lot of time to find the open zone and leads to a big play.
Raven football, quarter number 2 begins. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line as we are ready to get back underway. On play action, here's Jackson. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, You have to find a way to come back.
And he's going to give himself up, but not before he picks up the first down.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Sacks are drive killers. And again, sacks in my mind are more of a quarterback stat than they are an offensive line stat. You have to have a clock in your head to understand where the weakness of the protection is, where I got to go with the ball if I'm hot, and at the end of the day, just get the ball out of your hand.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Jackson looking to throw. A throw on the move is caught. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. That one is good. And the Ravens will extend to a 10-0 lead. Back to it now after that made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. Here comes Ford on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Browns offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. Open this drive on the ground with Ford. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
That's good for Browns. First down.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
The whole idea of the play action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
On first down, Gabriel. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. And he's out of bounds, gain of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Out of bounds at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
They go with the rookie out of Ohio State, Quinshon Judkins. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Tackle there by Trenton Simpson.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Brings up third and 1.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. We'll try and run for the first with Judkins. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Browns.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Extra point try forthcoming. He's got it, and the Browns are on the board. It's 10-7.
Ravens 10, Browns 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Justice Hill to return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. In motion goes Likely. On first down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Myles Garrett able to bring him down.
Myles Garrett. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Second down, 8 yards to go. They'll go again here with Henry. And he's going to have a Ravens first down. He has this one past the 35 to about the 37.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. A gain of 11.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset. But as always, there's the exception to every rule.
A first down throw for Jackson. That one caught LaJohntay Wester.
Jackson's pass complete to LaJohntay Wester. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's second down and 5. Back to throw, Jackson. Off-balance throw, it's complete.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. In motion goes Likely. A give right up the middle to Henry. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He was brought down by Denzel Ward. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Browns' 31-yard line.
Off the play fake. Jackson. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And he's got it to Flowers for the connection. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
And the Baltimore 1st down. A gain of 15. 1st down, Baltimore.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
On the ground, here's Henry. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Play action now. Jackson. Now he'll run. And it's going to be 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
That's another Baltimore 1st down.
Initially, they do a really nice job of bringing pressure, but what you can't do anytime you're playing an athletic quarterback like this, Mike, is you can't let him escape the pocket. You got to keep him on his spot. Seemed like everybody was chasing their own sack instead of just rushing him as a unit.
And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8.
A loss of 2.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson. Off he goes.
Coming into the game, this is something defensively you have to be aware of. If this quarterback gets a chance and he sees some daylight, he's going to try to take it in on his own. But not in this case. They were quick to react, stop him short. Now brings up 3rd and goal.
Line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line. It's 3rd down and goal. Henry. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down.
That one didn't have a chance, Mike. They do a great job of getting penetration, clogged up the run lanes, and now this offense has a decision to make here on 4th down.
This has been quite the drive. 3 points would kind of feel like a letdown, so they're going to go for it here on 4th and goal. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
Well, I'll tell you, Mike, I'm feeling pretty good about my chances of picking up this 4th down when I've got big old Derrick Henry in the backfield. So what an unbelievable job by this defense coming up with a huge 4th down stop.
Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll start from their own 4. Not a lot of room for error back here. It's 1st and 10. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Pistol give. Here's Ford. He'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
Brought down at his own 8-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Shotgun snap to Gabriel. This is brought in downfield by Judy. A big play after being backed up. And even 30 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
On first and 10, it's Gabriel. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. The third-round pick leading this offense well. It is a first down.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
First and 10, and here comes Ford. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Second and 10. From the gun, here's Gabriel. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Marlon Humphrey, usually found in coverage, that time on the blitz, gets there for the sack.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
And he'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. It is a big play for the Browns. An even 40 yards.
I love the aggressive approach. You don't want to give the ball back to your opponent in this situation. So they dial up a shot play, push the ball downfield, results in a massive play here late in the first half.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Brings up second and 9 at the Ravens 17-yard line.
Here's second and 9. Out of the gun, Gabriel. Moving outside the pocket. Now he'll run it, and he'll take this one in. Dylan Gabriel. Touchdown, Cleveland. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
Now the try here for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Browns are on top. It's 14-10.
14, Ravens 10.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. Jackson now to throw on first down. He'll look underneath for Henry. Now the Ravens use their first timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the gun, Jackson. He'll complete this one to Rashad Bateman. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime.
And the Raven first down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Jackson now. Flowers with the catch. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
10 more yards. Complete to Zay Flowers. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
The Ravens now going to use their final timeout, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Tyler Luke now to try the field goal. This one from 52 yards away.
52-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Ravens are back within a point. It's 14-13.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Now it's Gabriel. A throw, right side, taken by Njoku. So it is a 1-point game here at the half as we check in with Scott Hansen for our halftime report. Scott.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counter-punch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula and come out on top in this tight one as we hit the second half. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Browns offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Run straight ahead. That's 4. And good hard running there. He'll push his way forward. Gain of about 5.
At the 29-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 4. They'll run a toss play, and it's 4. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's a gain of 12 there. It's a Browns first down.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
Run here right side, and it's 4. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
The tackle made back at the 37-yard line.
Here's Gabriel. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves
under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
This is the stop they talked about. This is how they wanted to start this second half and try to get back some of this momentum they lost in the first. Now, can their offense capitalize and take advantage with this possession?
The Browns getting their punting team out there.
For the Browns.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Ravens offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The deficit is 1 as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Play fake. He'll look to throw. He's going to keep it himself. And will mark him down just shy of the 40. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
When you're game planning during the week for a mobile quarterback like this, on every down, you have to have somebody to account for him. You can see why here. He's able to escape the pocket, turn into a runner, and he can take every play and make it a big play.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That is left side and caught by Flowers.
Pass complete to Zay Flowers. Out of bounds at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 44 now. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's the give to Henry running right. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
On third down, Jackson. This one complete to Bateman. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, Baltimore.
Bit of a risky decision there to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, but that's why it's so important that these guys can be active as runners after the catch. It's become a big part of NFL football, and a great example why here.
In motion goes Likely. On play action, here's Jackson. Escaping to his left. He'll tuck it and take off.
Lamar Jackson. 10 more yards. Carson Swetzinger on the tackle. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Browns' 36-yard line.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. In motion goes Likely. He'll give it, going left. There's Henry. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Gain of 17 yards.
17 yards on that play. Good for a Raven first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Remember this one thing, Mike.
First down.
It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 16-yard line.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
The reason teams love calling the quarterback's number on design quarterback runs, Mike, is because in the blocking scheme, you gain one additional blocker. It didn't matter here. The defense was ready for it, and they're able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
Jackson from the gun on third down. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to have the first down. Just past the marker. It is 1st and goal.
And the Baltimore first down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long first down.
Down to the 4, it'll be 2nd and goal.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Henry. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
Give credit to this defense, Mike. Their back's against the wall, and they're standing tall so far. Nothing on those first 2 runs. We'll see what the offense has in store now as they bring up 3rd down.
3rd and goal. Now Jackson.
What a nice play defensively. It's always a bit of a challenge. How long do I stay in coverage defending my zone or my man? Or how fast do I come up and pursue a scrambling quarterback? They did a nice job rallying to the ball late. They're able to bring him down to force 4th down.
On 4th down, out is the rookie Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Ravens will take the lead here in the 3rd quarter.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
Back to it now after that made field goal. Here's Luke to kick this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Browns offense getting set to get back to work. They trail by 2, and will start this drive with 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by 4. And he'll get about 5.
Marlon Humphrey on the tackle. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's 4. Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. To throw is Gabriel. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Taking advantage of the room to run. A gain of 19 on the scramble.
19 yards. That's good for the Browns. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And here's a great example of why the pass rush on 3rd down, that it's critical it gets home. In this case, they're not able to get to the quarterback. He has extra time to not only escape the pocket, but to turn into a runner and pick up the 1st down.
That's caught. It's Jerome Ford. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Throwing is Gabriel. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
1st and 10.
A gain there of 27 yards.
So we heard about this budding connection all the way back in training camp in the summer. So it's nice to see those reps starting to translate on game day. And I think these two might have a really bright future together. And the more plays they make, the more we're going to see that confidence grow.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, they'll give it, and it's 4. And the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 8-yard line.
Simple play to call, but complex to execute. A toss play is beautiful, Mike, when a team hits it like they just did. We can see why they're a fan of the toss. Healthy gain, and they pick up the 1st down.
They've got it at the 8, 1st down and goal. They'll run here. It's 4. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field. That's pretty impressive.
So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The ball still at the 8-yard line for second down and goal. Now Gabriel. Forced out wide.
And this is one of the cases, Mike, where defenders, they get their eyes in the wrong spot. They call it eye discipline. He catches him looking elsewhere. It allows him to get upfield and make this third down a lot more manageable.
For the lead, here is third and goal. Looking to throw is Gabriel. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
Well, when you call a screen play, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
So now, a big spot coming here. This to take the lead here in the 4th. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So, after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. Here comes Hill on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Ravens offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he ran right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll send Flowers in motion. 2nd down. Jackson. He'll get this out wide. And they won't let him get away. He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
That's complete. He got it to Hopkins. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
That's good for a Baltimore 1st down. A gain of 14. And a Raven 1st down.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the 4th quarter, Mike, facing a tough 3rd down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle. He's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive. as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
Jackson now on second down. He'll swing this out wide to Henry. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
The 43-yard line.
They need one right now. Third and long. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Throw over the middle, brought in by Hopkins. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
First down. A gain of 19 yards.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In fourth quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
On the ground, here's Henry. And a missed tackle there. He pushes forward, and will give him 4 yards.
Taken down at the 33-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 6. In motion goes Likely. Here's Hill, and he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's third down.
A gain of 2 on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
In motion comes Andrews. 3rd and short, Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Lamar Jackson on the keeper.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
So on is Tyler Luke in a big spot. This to take the lead here in the 4th. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter. So, after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. Here comes Ford on the return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
First and 10.
The Browns offense and Jerry Jeudy getting set for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll open this drive on the ground with 4. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
In today's NFL, you just don't see teams invest with first-round picks in the safety position very often, but every once in a while, a guy comes along that's just too good to pass up. That's exactly why they took him this past spring in the draft, and he's making his presence felt here today.
The shotgun snap to Gabriel. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Mike Green, he gets through to drop him, and it's a loss of 4.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Gabriel going deep downfield for Judy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. On 1st down, they'll start the drive with Henry. And he'll find some way to turn this into positive yards, struggling forward for a pickup of about 2.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 7. Bateman is the motion man. He'll step up and run. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Throwing Jackson. He finds his receiver. That's Bateman. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Jackson, so nimble. He's got the 1st down and wisely gives himself up at the end.
That's another Baltimore 1st down.
When this offense is really in gear, Mike, a lot of it is because of the ability of Lamar Jackson running the football. He is what makes this thing go, and you can see why.
This is Henry. Nice job pushing through the would-be tackler. Gain of about 3. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the gun, Jackson. He's got it about the 8. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
That's another Baltimore.
The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Here's Jackson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. Now, Jackson. This one caught at the 4. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now. Talk things over before third down.
Third and goal.
Back to throw, Jackson. And he's very close to a first down, out of bounds, right at the marker. Spot is just a little short, so it is fourth down.
Well, they say football is a game of inches, and plays like this explain why. You pick up a little bit more, it's a fresh set of downs. Now on 4th and short, this coach has a decision to make.
Now Lamar gonna hang on to it, and he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
These are the opportunities when they present themselves, you have to capitalize. And in this case, it was the defense that forced the turnover on downs and kept them out of the end zone.
The Browns offense ready for this next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Gabriel. And the pressure too great. He's sacked in the end zone. That's a safety. The dangers of throwing when you are backed up. Quarterback trying to keep it alive and make a play. Instead, they bring him down, and it'll cost them 2 points.
I understand what the quarterback's trying to do here, Mike. He's trying to keep the play alive and buy some time for his receivers to work to get open. But backed up this close to his end zone, he's got to get rid of that ball because, as we just saw, the defense took him down for 2 points.
So now, after the safety, here comes a free kick from the 20-yard line. On the return, it's Hill. And he'll be taken down as the next drive will begin there.
And all you can do at this point, Mike, is just really marvel at how well he's been able to run the ball. And throughout the course of the game, they've certainly not been shy in giving it to him. And I think he's held up his side of the bargain.
In motion goes Likely. They'll run it on first down with Henry. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
Ronnie Hickman on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 44-yard line.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, here's 2nd and 6. They'll drop to throw. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Yards. That's good for a Baltimore first down. A gain of 9 yards. And the Raven first down.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. 2nd and 11. So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.